everyone, my name is Stephanie Johnston, and I'm going to be guiding us through a mandala lotus flow mix today, which means we'll be going all around our mat and starting with a base sequence that adds on throughout. This is a pretty, I would say, intermediate to advanced flow. You're more than welcome to take part in this, no matter what level you are, but just know that some of the transitions we'll be doing are pretty tricky. We'll be moving pretty fast. So just never move faster than your own breath. Take your time. You can always pause, take a break, catch up with me when you're ready. And everything I say is just a suggestion. So if anything doesn't work for your practice, there's no need to do it. This is also my dog Hero. He will be in and out of the video. He likes to be nearby. I do always recommend a couple of blocks nearby if you have them. If not, then a full water bottle or something similar gives you just to have something to reach towards when you need a little help with your balance. I think that's all. Let's get started in a seat. So just really quick, we'll start with some simple breath work here. You might sit on your shins or you might sit cross-legged. And just start to lean back a little bit so that your shoulders stack right over your hips. Let there be just neutrality in your spine from the bottom to the top. So without tucking your chin in too harshly or lifting your head too much, let there just be a straight line in the back of your neck. You might close down your eyes or just soften your gaze. And then together, let's take a deep breath in, fill your lungs up and hold. And then open your mouth, exhale it out. Another deep breath in, fill your lungs up completely, hold at the top. And then open your mouth, let that go. One more time like this, biggest one yet, breathe in, hold at the top. And then see if you can take even another sip in, maybe even one more. And then forcefully press the air out through your mouth. That'll be a little bit noisy still, and we'll hold at the bottom for a moment. Just resting here in this retention. And then once you're ready, seal your lips, breathe in through your nose. Keep your lips sealed, breathe out through your nose. Another time, deep breath in through your nose, fill up. And then breathe out through your nose. Still press the air out here. Let it be just a little bit noisy even with your lips sealed. And then continue this nostril-only breathing now. And as we move, knowing that open mouth exhales are always there for you if you are building too much heat. Or if this Ujjayi pranayama, this nostril-only breathing is hindering your movement. Let's just breathe here for a moment, letting there be a rhythm building, even inhales and exhales. One more deep breath in. And exhale. Once you're ready, start to drop your chin in towards your chest for a moment here. And start to just roll your neck side to side. So bring your right ear over your right shoulder. And drop your chin back to center, left ear over your left shoulder. You can keep going like this, rocking your head side to side. You might start let this become some big neck circles rolling in one direction, letting it be slow and thorough. And then switch it out if you're taking these big circles to the other direction. Just as slow. Let's take a breath in. And then as you breathe out, start to work your way to stillness, just letting the circles become smaller and smaller and smaller until you're back to neutral. You might start to just crack your eyelids open, let your gaze remain soft here. And then when you're ready, make your way to tabletop. So shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees. Find a nice long straight spine here. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, cat pose. Start to tuck your tailbone in as you drop your gaze towards your belly button, dome out your spine, and then breathe in for your cow. Arch out your back, shine your collarbone forward, gaze forward or up. And then exhale back to your cat pose. Breathe in for cow. And then we'll just keep going like this, back and forth, or you might start to embellish this a little bit, maybe adding on some hip circles, some wrist circles. Whatever feels good for you. You can really just close your eyes and move in a way that feels natural. 2 more breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more time. Fill your lungs. And empty them. Let's find stillness back in your stable table. Set up for a twisted puppy here. So breathe in. Lift your left arm high. Stack left shoulder over your right shoulder. Maybe rolling out your wrist here for a moment. And then start to thread this through on an exhale. So bring your left arm between that space you've made with your right arm and right leg. See if you can keep your hips right over your knees here. Keeping your hips nice and high. You might walk your right arm forward and just think about pressing your left arm into the mat to help assist yourself in this twist. Take a breath in to lengthen your spine. And then breathe out, press, twist, maybe sending your gaze up towards the ceiling underneath your right arm. On your next in breath, bring your right hand down, plant it, and then lift your left arm high, find the counter stretch. And we'll take that on the other side. So left hand down, breathe your right arm high again, maybe rolling out your wrist here. And then on an exhale, send your right arm through, bringing your right ear, your cheek to the mat, maybe walking your left arm forward. And again, think about keeping your hips high here, a little bit of weight in your knees so it's not all in your shoulders. Maybe gazing up, breathe in, breathe out and twist. Breathe in, left hand back down to lift your right arm high, maybe rolling it out. And then come back through, tabletop position. Breathe in, spike up onto your toes. As you breathe out, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, maybe pedaling out your feet to start here. You might lift one of your legs, opening up your hip, and then drop it back down and lift the other. Again, just a little bit more movement here to feel things out. Just notice how your body is feeling. Start to think about, visualize what your practice might look like and feel like today to serve your body where it's at. And then once you're ready, we can find stillness in your downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your heels, stack over your toes. Try not to send weight forward, so still pressing hard into the mat with your hands. As you breathe out, stretch your heels down to the mat. It's okay if they don't touch. Breathe in, lift your heels high. And exhale, drop them down. Breathe in, lift your heels. This time we're going to ripple forward like a wave all the way to your high plank position. So shoulders over wrist, heels over toes. And just always know anytime we're in any sort of plank shape in yoga, you can always drop to your knees if and when you need to. Breathe in to shift forward. Roll your shoulders over your fingertips. As you breathe out, lower all the way to your belly. Take this slowly. Your elbows graze your ribcage. Find a few rounds of cobra here. So untuck your toes. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders that have a little to no weight in them. On your breath in, get really heavy in your toes and in your hips and light in your hands and in your chest. Pull your chest forward. Think about squeezing your shoulder blades together. Behind you, you might even lift your palms here. Breathe in. Exhale, lengthen your spine, lower down. On your inhale, baby. Cobra number 2, lift up, maybe hovering your hands as you send your elbows behind you. And then imagine pulling them together just like your shoulder blades. Breathe in. Exhale, lower down. This time, option to take your fierce cobra by walking your fingertips outside of your mat in line with your shoulder blades. Point your elbows up to the sky. On your inhale, this time, press into your fingertips to lift up, but still think about pulling your heart forward towards the top of your mat. And a lot of length in the crown of your head here. And if you feel this back bend concentrating in one area, likely your low back, then go ahead and come out of it a little bit so that you have a nice long even curve. Let's breathe in here. Exhale, lower, back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, spike up onto your toes in one swift movement. Lift up to your high plank. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, rise up high onto your toes, gaze forward. As you breathe out, take just the tiniest little baby steps to your ragdoll position. You might bring your feet wider than your hips and point your toes out slightly. You could have such a deep bend in your knees that your chest is just resting on your thighs. Maybe find a little movement here. You might grab for opposite elbows. I really like to find a clasp behind my head so that I'm encouraging my head to just hang really heavy, but you can do you here. I'm going to adjust my mic, but keep going in your ragdoll position. Take a breath in. Breathe out. On your next inhale, drop your hands down to the mat. Start to heel toe your feet towards one another. You can either bring them hips width distance or all the way together. Hips width distance can be a little bit more supportive, especially early on in practice. Let's breathe in, vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping your gaze, your head hanging down. Start to rise up to standing until your shoulders stack over your hips. Breathe in, sweep your hands up high. As you breathe out, bring your palms together, let your hands fall down to your heart center. And we'll find a few rounds of Sun A here. So inhale back to your Urdhva Hastasana, hands sweeping up towards the ceiling, maybe gazing up towards your fingertips here. Lengthen through your spine, stand as straight and as tall as you can, breathe in. As you exhale, dive all the way down to your forward fold. Inhale for your halfway lift. Maybe your hands come to your shins or your thighs so you can press into your legs. Straighten and lengthen your spine. As you breathe out, plant your hands one leg at a time. Let's step back, high plank position. Inhale to shift forward. As you breathe out, lower halfway and hold. Squeeze your elbows in. Again, you can drop to your knees. Inhale to pull forward to your upward facing dog or Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll over your toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let's breathe in here. And open your mouth and exhale. Seal your lips, breathe in, rise to your toes. As you breathe out, you hop, step, or float to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Breathe in, stand tall, reach up high. Exhale, back down to your Uttanasana. Halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Breathe out, plant your hands, Chaturanga Dandasana, high to low plank. You might step or float back. Take it through, knowing you can always skip these. Inhale, upward facing dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Another breath here, fill up. Open your mouth, cooling breath out. Breathe in to gaze forward. Exhale, travel, maybe at the top. Halfway lift, forward fold. Breathe in, sweep up high, reach for the sky or the ceiling, whatever's above you. As you breathe out, forward fold. Another halfway lift here to rebound. Plant your hands, move it through high to low plank, taking this however you like. You can always add on here as well as takeaway. It's me in downward facing dog. One more round, breathe in. Open your mouth, let that out. Seal your lips, gaze forward. On your next exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, forward fold. Breathe in, stand up tall. Exhale to get small, reach for the earth. Halfway lift, long straight spine here. As you breathe out, plant your hands, move it through, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in here. Open your mouth, release that out. Another time, fill up. And exhale. Breathe in, right leg high, three-legged dog. Make sure you're dropping your right hip in line with your left hip here, and then really engage that right glute to lift your right heel a little bit higher without opening your hip. Breathe in. Breathe out, right knee to right tricep. Bring your knee as high up towards your armpit as you can. Roll a bit more weight forward. Your shoulders might be coming past your fingertips. Breathe in back, three-legged dog. As you breathe out, right knee, left tricep. Again, roll your weight forward, pull your knee as high as you can. Inhale back, three-legged dog. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose just to make space here to step your foot all the way through. We're gonna find low crescent lunge, and that step might be a couple of little steps if your foot landed a little bit closer to your back leg. Start to lift your body up, lift your hands up as you press your right heel into the ground as if you could drag your whole body forward here. Actively squeeze your inner thighs together. Let's breathe in. Hold as you breathe out. One more inhale here. Start to spike up onto your back toes. As you exhale, flying crescent, start to lift your left knee as you hinge your chest forward. Reach your fingertips behind you, making a straight line from your left heel to the crown of your head here. See if you can squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let's breathe in. Breathe out. On your inhale, warrior three. Ooh, it's okay if you get a little wobbly like me. especially if you are practicing on carpet. It always makes these balancing poses a little bit more difficult. So grab your block or your water bottle if needed here. And then start to work for that line from your back heel to the crown of your head. So even if that looks a bit more like this, kind of like penduluming down, I don't know if that's a word, but kind of tick-tocking down, I guess. Just make sure you have that straight line from your heel to your head here. Let's breathe in. Breathe out into your Shiva squat. So tuck your left knee behind your right. You might bring hands to heart center. You can always reach for your block or your mat here. Take a breath in. Exhale, we're opening right up to warrior two. So it's a big step back with your left foot as you keep that deep bend in your right knee. You might have to surf it out, especially because it is early on and legs can be tense at the start. So do what you need to do. And then check in. Make sure you have that straight line from your front heel to your back arch. Heel to heel alignment is also an option, but will require a bit more flexibility. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, gaze over your right fingertips. Let's breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale into your archer warrior. So bend into your left knee. So you point your left toes out at a 45-degree angle. Come to your right heel, flex your right toes back towards your face, and then pull your left elbow back high, gazing past your right fingertips. Breathe in here. Exhale, other side, archer warrior. Switch it out. So pulling your left toes back towards your face. This is probably the only pose in yoga where you stick your booty out. So you are leaning forward, bringing a lot of weight into your right foot. Inhale and exhale. One more breath in. As you exhale, start to switch into your warrior two to the back. So then into your left knee, you're surfing forward, keeping your gaze over your left fingertips here. Find a subtle twist back with your right side body so that your hips are very square, your shoulders are right over your hips, and then spread your wings out wide. Let's take a breath in. Hold as you exhale. Breathe in for peace, left arm high. Keep a little length in your spine here, just like you're reaching for the ceiling of the sky. Exhale all the way to your easy twist. So right hand down to the inside of your left foot, spike up onto your back toes. Aim for square hips here. That really likely means lifting your right hip slightly and dropping your left hip. And then start to bring your left shoulder over your right. Let's take a breath in here. Exhale to twist open a bit more. On your inhale, kind of a funky transition straight to chair pose. So start to swing your left arm forward as you bring your right foot to meet your left. Try to stay low in that left knee. And we'll meet with arms sweeping up high, deep bend in your knees, and a slight tuck of your tailbone. Take a breath in. Sink as you exhale. One more inhale here. Exhale, diver's pose. Start to come to your toes as you keep the deep bend in your knees. Sweep your hands behind you, a lot like flying crescent here in your upper body. But see how proud you can keep your chest as you keep bending into your knees. Breathe in. Ooh, breathe out. Inhale, left knee high, one-legged Tadasana. Bring your left knee in line with your left hip. Flex your left toes back towards your face. Take another inhale. As you exhale, really slowly, we're moving all the way to our open twisted crescent. So start to bend into your right knee as you land your left toes to the back of your mat. Landing in a deep lunge and then immediately open twist. So right arm behind you, left arm in front of you. You can always keep your gaze forward or neutral, or you might walk your gaze to your right thumb here for that extra challenge. Keep squeezing your inner thighs together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, star pose. Open all the way up, just making a big star shape with your body here. And then exhale right to your warrior two, to the front of your mat. So like I said, going all around our mat here, even just in our base sequence. Be a lot of fun to add on to. Let's breathe in for peace. Lift your left arm high. Exhale, cartwheel down. Plant your hands. Take it through your flow. Adding, taking away what you'd like here. Breathe in, upward facing dog. Whew. Downward facing dog. All right, left side, breathe in. Lift your left heel high. Keep that leg nice and straight as you can, but that'll be different on everyone. Take a breath in. Exhale, left knee, left tricep, hold it high, rock your weight forward. Inhale back to three-legged dog. And then left knee, right tricep. Hold it high, using your core to lift, lift, lift. Breathe in, back to three-legged. On your breath out, come through your cheetah pose, knee to nose. And then step all the way down into your low crescent lunge, Vinyasa. You might need to walk your left foot forward a little bit more. Again, so you can actively pull down into that left heel. Try to keep your shoulders over your hips in neutral spine. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale, spike up onto your back toes. Exhale, flying crescent. Maybe you have to pop forward a little bit here so that you can bring a bit more weight into your left foot. And bring your right heel over your right toes. Let's breathe in, lift your fingertips higher. Hold as you exhale. Inhale right to your warrior three, floating forward. Again, you might need your block here for a bit of balance. You can keep airplane wings if you'd like. Hands can always come to heart center, or they might reach forward for a little bit more core engagement. Breathe in. Exhale, Shiva squat, right knee behind your left knee. So just squat low. Again, I like hands at heart center here, but you can reach down for a bit of extra support. Let's take another inhale. And exhale. Breathe in, start this transition to your warrior two, stepping your right foot back. Cartwheel open, bend into your left knee, gaze past your left fingertips. And then inhale right into your archer warrior, bend into your right knee, flex your left toes back. Exhale, archer, the other side of your mat. Breathe in, start this transition to shift forward and land on your exhale, warrior two. Inhale, peaceful warrior, right arm high. Again, finding a lot of length here, deep, deep bend in your right knee. Exhale to cartwheel, easy twist. Left hand down, right hand high. Working the stack shoulder over shoulder, but it's okay if you have a bit of that internal rotation, especially if you're trying to keep your hips square. Let's breathe in, breathe out and twist. Inhale, lead with your right hand. Bend into your right knee, bring your weight to your right foot as you step forward, chair pose with Utkatasana. Keeping that deep bend, little tuck in your tailbone, neutral spine here, breathe in. Diver's pose on your exhale, come to your toes, deep, deep bend in your right knee. Keep your chest as proud as you can, and then inhale right to your one-legged Tadasana. Breathe in to lift your right knee high, take a moment here. If you're like me, I need to catch my breath, fill up. On your exhale, big transition all the way to your open twisted crescent. So deep bend in your left knee to gently plant your right toes down. And then open right up with your left arm behind you, right arm in front of you. Maybe gazing towards your left thumb. See if you can keep your shoulders over your hips here. Take another inhale. And exhale to twist. Breathe in, star pose, get big. Let this be kind of a release after all that leg work. And then we'll exhale right to your warrior two, to the front. Breathe in, Shanti, peaceful warrior, reach up high. Exhale, cartwheel it down. Move it through, maybe taking your one-legged variation. I will not be doing that. Whenever you'd like, a little playtime is always fun. And Vinyasa, let's breathe in. Open your mouth and exhale. All right, drop to your knees. You can do just a little wrist break here. You might clasp your hands and roll out your wrists in one direction, and then the other. And let's take a moment just to find child's pose here. So toes together, walk your knees out wide, walk your hands forward, rest your forehead down. Let's breathe in. Breathe out. All right, we're gonna do that sequence again and add on throughout. So keep your ears open, keep an open mind. On your inhale, come through your tabletop, and then exhale right to your downward facing dog. Breathe in, right heel high, three-legged dog. As you breathe out, right knee, right tricep, just a tap. Inhale back, three-legged. As you exhale, right knee, left tricep. Hold it here, pull it through. Kind of going towards a fallen star shape, but instead we're gonna keep our left hand down and then drop your right hip down. Really deep IT band stretch. We're gonna go right to a wide-legged forward fold shape, but a seated one. So start to twist open so that you are between your legs. Keep them nice and wide. Breathe in, find a lot of length in your spine. As you exhale, walk your hands forward. Forward fold. Inhale to walk your hands back. And then start to walk them back to the front of your mat. Spike up onto your back toes. Find some lift so that you can sweep your right toes high, three-legged dog. As you breathe out, knee to nose, pull it through, and then come right through your low crescent lunge. Breathe in, sweep your hands high. On your exhale, start to cactus out your arms and then find a bind behind your back. So clasp your fingertips together, and then run your thumbs down your thighs and keep pressing your hips forward, heart up towards the sky. Breathe in, spike up onto your back toes. As you exhale, bound, flying crescent this time. See if you can keep this clasp with your fingertips. Inhale to your bound warrior three, pop it forward always. No, you can release the bind when needed. On your exhale, diving warrior. See how low you can drop your chest as you lift your left toes high, maybe keeping the bind. Breathe in and exhale. Let's inhale, bound, Shiva squat. Ooh, I'm getting a little tricky here. Left knee behind your right. Again, drop this bind if you need to reach for the earth. Take an inhale. As you exhale, finally letting go of this bind and step back, warrior two. Breathe in for your archer warrior to the front. Exhale, archer to the back, switch it all out. Inhale to your warrior two, to the back. And then breathe in, peaceful warrior, reach up high. Cartwheel down, easy twist. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, let's find horizons pose. So come to the knife edge of both of your feet. Try to keep your right hip lifted up off of the mat. So you're dropping the weight of your hips, but squeezing your inner thighs together so that you're still pretty active in them. Let's breathe in, breathe out. Inhale back to your easy twist. Hold here for your exhale. Let's take this slow. And then inhale, Utkatasana chair pose, sweep forward. Keep your right foot low. Both knees low. Let's breathe in. And then start to bring your hands to prayer. As you exhale, we're gonna rotate to the right. So hook your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh, and then use that pressure to twist open. See if you can keep your hips below your heart here. Inhale back to center. We'll twist the other direction. Or you can stay just like this. But I'm gonna change so that you can see this transition. We're gonna start here by opening up our wings, using this to twist a little bit deeper. We're gonna take this right to your dancing Shiva. So start to reach for the outside of your left foot or your left knee. As you stand up, bringing that foot with you again. It's okay if it's wobbly, it's okay if you fall out. I mean, you meet me back in. I'm gonna move back to the front of the mat, but you stay right where you are. Start to twist open so that your left shoulder is pulling behind your right shoulder, but your hips stay square with the front of your mat. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we're going all the way to our open, twisted crescent back in familiar territory. Let's take a breath in. Hold as you exhale. Inhale, star pose. Get big, open up. Exhale, warrior two to front. Breathe in for Shanti, peaceful. Cartwheel down, plant your hands, move it through, high to the leg. Inhale, upward facing dog. Over your toes, downward facing dog on your exhale. Oh, this is a spicy one. Let's take a breath here real quick. Fill up. Open your mouth and exhale. Breathe in, left toes high, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, lift it back. As you breathe out, left knee, right tricep. Hold it high. And then pull that foot through again, keeping your right hand down as you drop the weight of your hips for this deep IT band stretch. Start to twist open towards the back of your mat. We'll breathe in, find your long spine. Exhale, crawl your hands forward or stay up if this is already pretty intense for you. On your in-breath, start to walk your hands back towards your body and then back towards the front of your mat. You spike up onto your right toes, breathe and sweep your left heel high. Exhale, knee to nose. Plant your left foot down, Vinyasa, sweep your hands up, breathe in. On your exhale, find that bind on this side, maybe the funky side, the side that feels a little bit awkward. And then pull your thumbs down your thighs as you press forward with your upper body. Breathe in here, spike up onto your toes. Exhale down, flying crescent, lift right into it. Breathe in for that bound warrior three. And then as you exhale, start to dip your chest down, diving warrior, maybe keeping the bind. Ooh, inhale into your bound Shiva squat, right knee behind your left, and let this go when you need to. On your exhale, warrior two, start to let go of the bind. Ooh. Let's inhale, archer warrior to the back. And then breathe out, switch it out. Inhale to start your transition and land, warrior two to the back. Inhale for peace, reach up high. Easy twist, left hand down, twist it open. Breathe in to lengthen a bit more. Exhale, horizons, knife edge of both feet. Ooh, again, dropping the weight of your hips, but not just resting them on the ground. There's still a bit of an active, or there's still activity happening here. Let's breathe in, breathe out. Inhale back to your easy twist, hold for that exhale. And then we'll breathe into sweep forward, Uttanasana chair pose. Lift your arms up high. As you breathe out, find that prayer twist. Right arm to the outside of your left thigh. Try to keep your knees in line with one another here. And then inhale to center. Other side, left elbow hooks this time. Start to fly your wings here. And again, we are going right to dancing Shiva. So you might pull your hand to the outside of your right foot or your knee. As you stand, bring that foot or knee with you. Ooh, accept the wobbles. And then meet me where you can. Knowing if you fall out, you can come right back in. Maybe send your gaze towards your right thumb. Let's breathe in here. Exhale, open, twisted crescent. So starting the twist the other way as you bring your right foot behind you. Inhale, star pose. Let's get big. Warrior two to the front. Breathe in and reach high, peaceful warrior. Exhale, cartwheel down, move it through. High twist peak. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Breathe out, downward facing. Dog. Oh. From here, drop to your knees, stay spiked up onto your toes. Let's do a little foot stretch here. So really just sitting on your heels. As you keep your feet flexed, you can rock your weight back and forth a little bit, see how that feels. And then let's untuck our toes and do the same thing. So you might rock back a bit, maybe even lifting your knees to get a stretch in the top of your foot here. But if there's anything sharp, just let this go. Rock back forward. Breathe in, walk it back. Start to crawl back to your tabletop. Spike up onto your toes. On an out breath, downward facing dog. All right, that sequence one more time, adding on just a bit more here. Let's breathe in, sweep your right toes high. Exhale, right knee to right tricep. You can hold here. If running man is in your practice, you might take it there. And then breathe in back, three-legged dog. As you breathe out, right knee, left tricep, pull your right foot through, drop your hip, and then we'll twist all the way open. Breathe in to get long in your spine. As you exhale, crawl forward, flatten it out. On your inhale, this time we're coming through a stargazer shape. So bring your right hand behind your hips, keep your legs wide, come to the outside edge of your right foot, inside edge of your left foot, and then press your hips up by pressing down into your right hand and into your feet. Start to lower it back down, bringing your left hand down to the mat, spike up onto your left toes. Sweep your right heel high, three-legged dog. As you breathe out, bring your foot through, plant it down. Low crescent lunge is where we meet. Breathe in to lift up as you exhale. Find the clasp behind your back. Run your thumbs down your body, or down your thighs as you spike up onto your left toes. Breathe in here. We're gonna exhale all the way into your diving warrior. You can take this as slow or as fast as you need to, maybe meeting all the shapes we took in between last time, or going straight to dipping your chest down. And this time, we're gonna catch ourselves here in a standing split. So, blocks are great here, or you can use the mat. Try to square off your hips, and then tuck your chin, your nose down to lift your left heel high. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, Shiva squat, left knee behind your right. Tuck in, get small. As you exhale, warrior two to the front. From here, this time we're going right to our Skandasana rather than our archer warrior. So Point your left toes out at a 45-degree angle. Sink your hips low. Hands at heart center. As you squeeze your shoulder blades behind you, you can always sit up onto a block here. Gaze towards your right toes. Let's take a breath in. And exhale. Inhale. With or without your hands, we're going to switch to Skandasana the other side. So bending into your right knee, flex your left toes back. Lift your chest up. Again here, keeping your spine straight. Take a breath in. On your exhale, we're pressing right to a warrior two towards the back. So adjust how you need to land with the correct footing. And then breathe in for peace. Left arm high. Exhale, cartwheel down. Right hand to the inside of your left foot. Easy twist. Take a breath in. Let's exhale, Vashisthasana side plank this time. So left leg on top of your right. You might stagger your feet here. You can always drop your right knee. Come to your right forearm if your wrist is bothering you. Let's breathe in. Lift your left hip high so make a rainbow shape with your body. And exhale. One more inhale. Lift your left foot if you haven't. As you breathe out, option for wild things. Step your left toes behind you. Press your hips up. Drop the weight of your head. Crack open your chest. Breathe in here. As you exhale, we're going all the way back to our easy twist, taking as many steps as you need to here. Let's inhale. Exhale to your horizons. Pose. Breathe in back to easy twist. Hold on that exhale. And then inhale, chair pose. Uttanasana, step it forward. Breathe out for that prayer twist to your right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Breathe in to open up your wings. Moving right into your dancing Shiva here. Grab your left foot or left knee and switch into the knee. Start to gaze back, breathe in. Exhale, open twisted crescent. So send your twist to the other side as you step your left toes back. Inhale to exalt. So this time we're gazing up towards our hands as we left hand, as we bring our right hand down to your left thigh. Keep spiking up onto the left toes. Breathe in. Exhale, revolved crescent, hands to heart center as you bring your left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your inner thighs. Maybe gaze past your right shoulder here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, press and twist. Inhale, star pose. Let's get big, open up. As you breathe out this time, wide-legged forward fold. So the hinge forward at your hips. Maybe pointing your toes in slightly here. Just a little break before our last push on this side. We've got one more thing we're adding on. Let's inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. All right, on your inhale, we're moving all the way up to our star pose. So get big, grow tall. And then from here, start to shimmy your feet in towards an Urdhva Hastasana shape. And then we're going right to tree pose. I'm going to turn around so that I am facing the camera. But we'll start with your left foot. So bring your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Or it can always be the inside of your shin. Maybe a kickstand down. Either way, just do not put your foot on your knee. Your joint does not push that way, so we don't want to press your left foot to send your knee to the right. Let's all breathe in here. Hold it as you breathe out. And going back to the direction I was facing, but you stay where you are. You might bring your hands to heart center in this. You might grow your branches, maybe swaying. On your next inhale, start to lift your left foot off of wherever it is. We're taking a big, big step all the way to warrior two. So you can always make that a bit smaller and then walk out to warrior two. Let's breathe in, peaceful warrior, left arm high. Exhale, cartwheel down, plant your hands. High to low plank. Breathe in, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, last side, and then we are slowing it down. Let's take a breath. Fill up. Open your mouth. Exhale. Breathe in, left heel high. As you breathe out, left knee, left tricep, flying if you'd like. Breathe in to kick it back. Exhale, left knee, right tricep, hold it high. Or pull your foot through. Drop your hip. And then switching all the way to that seat. Let's breathe in. Exhale, crawl it forward. Inhale to walk your hands back. Bring your left hand down. Find that funky star gazer shape on this side. So pressing into your feet, into your left hand to lift your hips up, crack your chest open. And then drop your right hand back down. Ooh, adjusting as you need to here. Spike up onto your right toes. Let's breathe in, three-legged dog. As you breathe out, bring your left foot through. Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. Inhale to sweep your hands high. Exhale, finding that clasp maybe on the funky side again. Pull your thumbs down your thighs. Press your hips forward. Breathe in. Spike up onto your back toes. As you exhale again, all the way to your diving warrior, meeting any shape that you need to belong. The way you drop your chest down, lift your right foot high. And once you're ready, catch yourself. Standing splits. Lift your right heel a little bit higher as you tip your chest down. You might grab onto your ankle here to actively pull your chest forward. Let's take an inhale and an exhale. Breathe in, Shiva squat. Right knee behind your left, and then exhale to open up, warrior two. Inhale into Skandasana, bend into your right knee, flex your left toes back towards your face. As you exhale, with or without your hands. Skandasana, other side, gaze towards your right toes. Breathe in, start this transition to lift and land, and warrior two, towards the back. Inhale for Shanti, lift your right arm high. Exhale, easy twist, left hand down, crack it open. Take another breath in here. Let's exhale, Vashisthasana, side plank, so come to the knife edge of your left foot. And again, you might drop that left knee here. You might come to your elbow, or you can play with a deeper variation, tree leg, or lifting your right heel high. Let's breathe in, all lift your hips. Hold as you exhale. On your inhale, lift your right toes if you have it. Exhale, wild things, tip your right toes behind you. Reach, reach, reach for the now, front of your mat. Take a breath in. Exhale, start that big transition back, lifting your right foot, either a couple of little steps or one big step forward to your easy twist. Take an inhale. Exhale, horizons pose, drop your hips. Breathe in, back to easy twist. Hold for your exhale here. Inhale, chair pose, sweep it forward, stay low as you lift your chest. So stay low on your hips. Exhale, prayer twist towards the left. On your inhale, bring it back to center. Other side, left. Elbow hooks to your right leg. Open your wings up here to fly. And then once you're ready, dancing Shiva is where we meet. Again, I'm going to use my knee here. But do what you'd like to do. Gaze towards your right thumb. Breathe in. As you exhale, open, twisted crescent, bend into your left knee to deliver your right toes down. Inhale, exalted crescent. So left hand to your right thigh. Kind of been doing the twist a bit here. Only so much that your shoulders kind of square back, but you still have the hand to thigh connection. Let's breathe in. Exhale, revolved crescent, hands to heart center. Press your right elbow into your left thigh. Adjust your footing if you need to here. Sometimes it helps to widen your stance. Let's take a breath in to lengthen. And exhale to twist. Inhale, star pose, grow tall. Wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita. Bend at your hips. Reach down. I like to walk my toes in a little bit here. Little breather before our final push. Take an inhale and an exhale. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way to your star pose. Shimmy your feet in again. Towards an Urdhva Hastasana shape, and then right to your tree pose on this side. So right foot to the inside of your left leg this time. Again, your shin, your thigh, your ankle works anywhere except for your knee. And then press your hips forward as you encourage your right knee back in space, but it's okay if it's rotating in a little bit. You just want to go for that stretch right here, but this pose will definitely look different on everyone. You can find hands at heart center or any other arm variation that serves you here. On your breath in, start to lift your right foot off of your left leg. Big step forward into your warrior two. Inhale for peace, right arm high. Exhale to cartwheel down. Plant your hands high to low plank. Last option for Vinyasa. Take it or leave it. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in here. As you exhale, drop your knees. Come come to a seat, maybe on your block. I'm just gonna breathe here for a moment. Slow things down. I like to bring a hand to my heart, hand to my belly. Just to feel the breath, but hands might be on your lap or by your side. Let's breathe in. Open your mouth and exhale. Another time, deep filling breath. And an open mouth, release out. One more time, fill up. And out. From here, if your eyes are closed, you can start to blink them open. We're gonna go right to our full saddle pose. You can always stay on a block for this, but the idea is that you walk your feet out with enough space so that you can sit between your feet. If this causes any pulling in your knees, then again, you can sit onto your block, or you can do the half variation where one leg is straightened out rather than both knees bent. And then I'll tell you when we're about halfway through, you can switch it out. You might stay here, especially if this is already a lot of sensation. If you want a bit more, you can start to walk your hands behind you and then maybe come to forearms and stay here, or recline all the way down to your back. Again, lots of stopping points here. As soon as you feel anything sharp, then it's time to come out of it. Remember to grant your body what it's asking for. If you're in the half variation, you can go ahead and switch now. You just take a few more breaths here. Just breathe in. Breathe out. Another inhale. And exhale. On your inhale, if you're reclined, you can come to forearms first, and then to hands, and start to walk your hands forward to come towards a tabletop position. Cross over your feet. Sambaddha bound angle pose, so feet together, let your knees fall out wide. Your feet can be as far from you or as close to you as you'd like. You can grab onto your feet or your toes, breathe in to sit tall. As you breathe out, pull your chest forward and then down, maybe pressing your elbows into your thighs here to kind of self-assist, deepen the stretch for you. Let's take an inhale. As you exhale, you might pull your nose in towards your body. One more breath in here. And exhale. Breathe in, start to lift back up, bring your shoulders over your hips. And then pull your hands towards the front of your mat as you dome out your spine. Drop all the way down to your back for Supta Baddha Konasana. Just a breath to land. Fill your lungs. And exhale. And start to work towards your half happy baby here. So reach for the either outside of your right foot or your right big toe. Drop your right knee to the outside of your right thigh. You might straighten out your left leg here. Let's take a breath in. And as you exhale, can you drop the weight of your right leg a bit more? One more breath in here. On your breath out, let's take it straight to your supine twist. So left hand to that right knee to pull your right knee up and over. Make sure you are keeping your right shoulder glued down to the mat. You might gaze over your right shoulder here. It's okay if your right knee doesn't touch. You can always put a block there so that you can really relax into this. Let's breathe in. Breathe out. On your inhale, come back to center. Let your right leg drop long. Pull your left knee in for that half happy baby on this side. You can always find dynamic movement in this shape. But I think I'll just be still today. Let's fill your lungs. Empty them. One more breath in here. Rest. center, let's find Athanasana, full underleaning pose. You can wrap your arms around your legs. You might even tuck your forehead up to your knees here to get really small. More deepest breath in. And then as you breathe out, make your way towards your final resting pose to Shavasana. Taking any movement you need along the way to ensure a peaceful, restful, focused Shavasana. You just let your feet and hands flop out, but any adjustments, props you need to let yourself just be held for a few minutes are encouraged here. All together, deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. We'll leave you in Shavasana. Take as much time as you need. And just know that when it's your time to come out of